The term Battle of Megiddo actually refers to two separate battles that took place near the ancient city of Megiddo in present-day northern Egypt, about 1,000 years apart. Both were extremely significant battles in their respective ancient times, and both are considered to be among the greatest battles in military history. The first battle to take place here was between the Egyptian pharaoh Thutmose III and the invading Canaanite forces in 1457 BC. At the time, Thutmose's new empire was still relatively small, and the surrounding kingdoms had formed a coalition to destroy it. But Thutmose had other plans. His army was larger than any before it, with over 60,000 troops and chariots. It was also much more diverse, with troops coming from all across his empire, including Nubia, Libya, and Syria. The Egyptians were also aided by their allies, the Hyksos and the Kushites. The coalition forces were led by the legendary General Bedu, who was considered invincible. He had previously defeated the Egyptians twice and was eager to make it a hat trick. However, he grossly underestimated his new opponent. Thutmose had him surrounded on three sides and outmaneuvered him at every turn. When Bedu's men attacked, they were repelled by the disciplined Egyptian spearmen. And when they retreated, they were cut off by the Egyptian archers. After suffering heavy casualties, Bedu fled the battlefield, which demoralized his troops even further. They attempted to flee, but Thutmose had the river bridges blown up beforehand, forcing them to stay and fight. In the end, 2,500 chariots and 5,000 troops were lost on the Canaanite side, while the Egyptians lost only 1,300 chariots and 400 men. This decisive victory allowed Thutmose III to expand his empire throughout the Levant and solidify his legacy as one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. The Second Battle of Megiddo took place around the year 330 BC between the armies of Alexander the Great and the newly established Seleucid Empire. By this point, Megiddo was a strategic and economic hub of the region, making it an ideal location for a decisive battle. Alexander's forces consisted of 30,000 elite Macedonian and Greek soldiers, while the Seleucids had around 60,000 troops, nearly half of which were foreign mercenaries. Despite being outnumbered, the Macedonians were better trained and equipped. Their deep battle formation was devastating and their cavalry was unmatched. On the other hand, the Seleucids were undisciplined and lacked heavy infantry. Although they initially won some minor victories against the Persians, they were no match for Alexander's tactical genius.